Greetings, fellow wastelanders. WULF-OF-STEEL here. Another Fallout 76 adventure. Still finding my way through the dailies, and something I've been struggling with forever and ever is finally being able to solo the Guardian on my own as a human. I'm still resisting turning ghoul. I may still do it, but I don't want to do that until I get my Brotherhood Recon armor for Minerva, and I don't think you can go and visit Minerva as a ghoul unless you got the costume, and I don't want to deal with all that BS. You know, once I'm ghoul, no more costumes. I'm just going to do business with robot vendors, and that's it, right? No reason to visit the humans doing anything. But for right now, though, I wanted to be able to solo the Guardian as a human, and that's, of course, challenging, right? And there's all these guides and builds, but I don't like to play around with all that stuff. I don't have that kind of time, people, really, to have multiple builds and loadouts and all this other BS. Just let's just kill it with something. And so now that the Holy Fire, as the cursed flamer, has been buffed again and is back to where it should be damage-wise, I'm like, hey, this might be it. So what I did is I still got my trusty OG Holy Fire Ballador, which is always going to be my daily driver, because when you're running bloodied, which I do when I'm not in power armor, you need that edge, that vampire's edge, to survive. But that said, since I'm doing the Guardian, he does pack a hell of a punch, and so I'm not going to be going bloodied. As you notice, my health is almost all the way up. So yeah, because he can really kill you. And so that said, though, I've got a full set of troubleshooter's armor, and I've got my Holy Fire here. This one's Furious, Rapid, durability is typical for 3-star, and then I added the 4-star Pyromaniacs. Let's see if I can finally solo this pain in the butt. I would love to be able to do that, because that's a great way to level up and a great way to get all kinds of good stuff. There's a lot of good stuff that they drop, and you can just keep on repeating, rinse and repeating, rinse and repeating. Probably the easiest way to get a 4-star mod. Much easier than Bigfoot, because Bigfoot doesn't drop mods. Bigfoot just drops weapons with 4 stars, and then you've got to scrap them, and you got like a 1 in a million chance of actually getting a mod out of that. So whereas the Guardian is known to actually drop them, just the mods right off the bat. So definitely a great opportunity, and of course they drop all kinds of other goodies too. And so I've been looking for a way to farm this guy. I'm feeling pretty excited. Big shout out to Smashy Snow and what's his name there, Angry Turtle. Both of you guys have been inspirations as far as me trying to finally get to this point. I'm probably chewing off more than I could bite at this point, because they're biting more than I could chew, because I'm not even sure if this is going to work. But I am really, really interested. What was really holding me back was I couldn't figure out where to stand and be within range with the Holy Fire and not get electrocuted by a damn floor. And I heard other gamers talking about this glitch where you pop out of your power, pop back in. I don't mess with that crap. No, man. Just find me a safe place to stand where I can hit the damn thing. And I think it was Smashy Snow, and he was just standing by a damn button. I'm like, what? That's close enough? So I'm going to go and give that a shot. I'm going to go stand by that button and see if I can hit this damn thing. So let's give it a shot. So from here, I'm not going to go all the way here, because this is where the Gleaming Depths is. Depths, yeah. But see, if I go to Stalker Row from here, it's going to cost me 28 caps. I want to go on the cheap, so I'm going to shortcut to Nuka World first, because that's a free ride. And then from Nuka World to Stalker, it's probably not going to be any more than 10 caps, so I'm going to save myself about 14 caps on this little trip. You might say, oh, this is still pointless, but you know what? If you spend your day traveling all over across the map, you want to do what I did. You want to find as many free shortcuts as you can find, because otherwise you're going to be spending hundreds on caps every day. And I'll tell you what, if you're running Aristocrats, which is the new OG now, see, only 7 caps there. If you're running Aristocrats, you don't want to be spending caps. You want to be hoarding them. So yeah, you definitely want to do what I'm doing here. Do the cheap runs. So Okay. Let's see. There. Oh, lots of mole miners, as usual. I think I'm going to go ahead and take them out. Oh, and look at this. HUD targeting for the first time in, I swear to God, like 2 fucking years. It finally works again. Thank you. Finally, somebody fixed it. Because I was running out of berry mentats. Might as well take everything, because you can just come right over here and scrap all that stuff that you just picked up, all that junk. And then, there we go. Beautiful. Never turned down, or never kicked a gift horse in the mouth, you know, that whole thing. Okay. Now, when you're taking on the raids, you want to have super stim packs on you, because everything here is pretty rough. Regular stim packs ain't gonna cut it. Good thing is if you're with a decent team and they can carry you for a while, you'll get a whole pile of super stim packs. In fact, you'll have so many you probably won't even be able to carry them all. But, anyways, come on down here. There's some workbenches and stuff if you want to tweak your gear. Let's see. Get the holy fire ready.
This is an automated message. Evacuation is in progress. Please proceed to the nearest exit in an orderly manner.
Now, a lot of the tutorials, I'm not doing a tutorial. You're just joining me on my little journey here. But I'm going to use buffs. I'm going to use Psycho Buff, and I'm going to use big guns, and not sure if Berry Mentats probably won't have any effect on this at all, but it will for the fact of getting a little extra XP. So, all right. So hit the button, and I guess stand right over here. So that's what I'm doing.
Alert.
And you want to crouch too. I don't really think stealth is going to work on this guy, but what the hell. Thought I might be able to bust any of those thingies on the sides, but I guess not. Oh well. Alright, this is part of the adventure. I don't expect to actually be hurting him. Oh, wait. I'm seeing some damage points. That's interesting. I wonder how this is getting around it. Damage probably couldn't burn the whole thing. Maybe it's actually crossing over onto the shield after all. Okay, well that's cool. It'll die quicker. The shield get out quicker. Actually, it's doing damage. Look at that. It's not much, but it is. Oh, dude, what is frickin' hell? What is with this frickin' servers? Ducks! Bro. Come on. Who's in charge of these stupid things? Is it Bethesda or is it Sony? Because this is bullshit. Like I can hide out here every time I want to use a super stim pack? Freaking stupid. But anyways, at least we're close enough to hit them, alright? So we answered that question. And the reason you want to fire on them with the big gun is because that's how you activate Golden Storm. But the fact that I'm also doing a tiny bit of damage to them at the same time, that's the incentive. And granted, you don't necessarily have to be shooting like this whole time. You can just do these little bursts like so and so. Just if you want to conserve fuel. I've got like a metric crap ton of fuel, so I don't really care that I'm wasting it because I've got more than enough to go around. So if I can shave some off of him while I'm doing this, that's fine with me. All the more the merrier. He's almost done. And he's done. Yes. Okay. Okay. Those aren't bad numbers. Those aren't bad numbers at all. No, those are good. They're not astoundingly good, but they're good.
Warning, energy.
Oh crap, I don't think I'm killing the time.
Security cluster on. Take shelter immediately.
Figure I'd take a little chance. Cut him down a little bit there.
Re-engaging.
Pull his shield back up. Come on. There we go. There we go. You know what that is? I think that's the burning effect of the holy fire. I think that's why he's still, because notice even, hey, look at that. I found a spot. Right down here, right under the arm, like right in his armpit, if you will. Underneath it, yeah, look at that. Look at that, I'm doing damage. I'm doing damage. I am doing damage. I'm excited. I think this is it. I think we're gonna kill him. And I'm still alive. Well, knock on wood, I'm not there yet, but dude, I think it's gonna happen. We're looking at history right now, for me. You know, some of these guys, you know, they do this for sleep, but me, I've never been able to kill this guy before on my own, ever. That will spot where I was getting in there. I'm going through a lot of fuel though. But hey man, it's worth it. Closer. Oh, here we go. Vulnerable. Oh no, I ain't letting up. He's going down. He's going down. Yes. Yes. Holy crap. He's done. Holy. Wow. This is awesome. This is awesome. I can finally solo this thing. Raids are back on the board for me, boys and girls. Well, look at all this stuff here. Valkyrie. Bro, you're going to have so many Valkyrie plans, you can throw them away. I mean, really? Zerker, Shepherd's Hook. Get some Calmex, some more Berry Mentats, some more Psychotats. Repair kits. All kinds of good stuff. Super Stim Packs. And, of course, script. Okay, now you want to recycle this, right? So what you're going to do now, this is so awesome, guys. Yeah. All right, I'm going to do this again, okay? So what you want to do is you want to go here, or rather go into your Pip-Boy, go to data, where it says side, yeah, so you got to kind of flip it around. Where it says raid gleaming depths, you want to click reject. That's going to kick you out, and it's going to reset the Guardian. and you go back in there and do it again. The only reason I know that is because I used to tag team them with a couple of dudes that we used to do runs together. But now I don't have to worry about that. Now I can do it all by myself. That's freaking awesome. That is freaking awesome. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Look at that. 22,388. Is that what that was for experience? And that's without using whatchamacallit, lunch boxes. We'd get even more if we pop some lunch boxes. So there's another way to climb the season. For sure. You know, if you're tired of doing West Tech runs. Yeah, I'm not going to have any use for that. Oh, look, I also got one of these. Oh, well. It's okay. It's okay. How much fuel I got left? I got plenty. I got enough for another round for sure. And if you want to know, okay. Like I said, I got plenty. So I'm not worried about wasting some. Oh, throw those in there. So, yeah. That's about it, fellas and ladies. That's how you solo the Guardian. So appreciate you joining me here on this adventure. This is really awesome. I'm really happy that I can do this now. And so he doesn't always drop mods. It's, you know, like anything else. There's a chance. But the drop percentage is much better with him than with pretty much anything out here in the wasteland, especially the Bigfoot. So farming the Guardian is still a very legit thing. It's good for experience. It's good for just, you know, all kinds of other goodies and you know, stuff. I mean, shit. But, yeah. Wow, that was so cool. So cool. And what the other guys were talking about as far as the robot not doing much damage to you now, I'm going to chalk that up to the whatchamacallit here? What do I call it? The troubleshooters, yeah. Although, look at it. He took a chunk out of my armor. See that? So he wasn't hurting me, but he was the armor was doing its job protecting me, but it did some damage. Oh, come on, man. Fortunately, I got plenty of repair kits. Okay, sweet. But yeah, so it makes sense, actually. I don't really think they did anything wrong with this damage thing. I think the fact is originally he used to shred me even when I was wearing troubleshooters. And it never made sense to me. I'm like, isn't the whole point of troubleshooters to weaken their ability to hurt you? I mean, with all the pieces of troubleshooters, it should be cutting down damage from him from up to like 70%. So he shouldn't really be hitting that hard. So I think it would never really worked quite right to begin with. And I think now it is. Because I think when you're wearing a full set of troubleshooters, it should be like that. He isn't really doing a lot of damage. It shouldn't do a lot of damage. I think that's the whole point of troubleshooters. So I might be wrong, but I think troubleshooters is actually working as it was intended. It's actually saving your butt. So good on that. And hell yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait to go back in there and take them on again. But appreciate you tuning in. And yeah, so now you know I'm gonna put my vote in there for Furious. I think it's a really good mod to have. I think it really helps up the damage. So, you know, with the onslaught stacks, that's really I think that's really what did the trick. I don't think I could have soloed it with the Vampire's Holy Fire, my OG. I think I needed this one in order to be able to do the damage I needed to do. Otherwise, it probably would have taken me twice as long to take him down, and I probably would have run out of room beside it and probably would have burned up. So this was actually really awesome. So that's cool. Oh yeah, look at that, by the way, on the bottom right. See that 7? So that's the bullet stack. So because it sticks with you, so the damage is going to continue to go for a while there. So yeah, so that was awesome. Appreciate you tuning in, and hopefully you'll be able to do the same. I really recommend working on your build best you can. Honestly, as far as perk cards are concerned, I'm not really doing anything special. Okay. Couple of things that I think are very important. Bullet storm, you want that maxed out. That's a definite requirement if you're doing heavy guns. And because it says gain 9% damage per 30 ammo spent. So, you know, plus 10 max stacks. So that's a very important one. Bringing the big guns, of course, very important as well. And then what else we got going on here? Number cruncher. No, that's not another thing for that. Tank killer. That has nothing to do with this. Well, ranged weapons ignore 40% armor. Okay, so that might have a little bit to effect of that. That actually might be that. Bullet shield, as we talked about, that's what's helping keep us safe. So 15% deflect chance. So that's a big one. Ironclad's important too. Actually, I don't have that one maxed out. I probably should figure out how to get another point in my endurance so I can max that out, but I don't think I really have the room for that. Anyway, so bullet shield, bringing the big guns, bullet storm, and then what else? Science, of course, because the holy fire is an energy weapon. Of course, if you're not using an energy weapon, that's not going to help. Pyrotechnician. This is why I choose the Pyromaniacs mod instead of pinpointers, because my fire does even more damage this way. So, and I think that was what was helping me kill him quicker, to be honest. And then Gorilla Master. Again, that has something to do with Onslaught Furious. The damage stacks. So that's another one you want. And that's about it. There could be some things that I could switch around. Maybe this for that, but I don't like messing with my build. I like it kind of an all practical, all purpose build that can kind of carry me over throughout the whole thing. Yeah, it might not be ideal for some things, might work better for other things, but honestly, this is a pretty decent jack of all trades kind of deal. I've been pretty consistent throughout the wasteland with this, never really had a problem. The raids are unique, but hey, now that I know I can solo the Guardian, I don't need to mess with this build anymore. This is perfectly fine for me. So, anyways, keep on working on it. I've been struggling with this for quite a while, but it can be done. I'm just a regular Joe. I'm not a guy that lives in grandma's basement and spends 15, hours a day gaming. I gotta work a full-time job and pay rent. So if the average Joe, non-pro gamer, average Joe gamer, casual gamer, amateur gamer can come in here and solo the Guardian, anybody can do it. You can do it too. So good luck, and until the next adventure.